Hello, my name is Elaine. I work for the Horry County Memorial Library System, and today I'm going to be showing you some chair yoga exercises and stretches that you can do from the comfort of your home, at work in your office chair, or anywhere you have a chair. While we're doing our chair yoga poses, it's important to consider sitting up tall in your chair. Imagine that you have a string pulling from your skull, pulling you to good posture. Our shoulder is back and relaxed. Our chest is open. We're gonna take deep breaths while we do it. And some moves you can consider, okay, how many breaths do I want to do this stretch for? Our feet are flat on the ground, about shoulder width apart. And all you need for this is a chair. It's best not to have a rolly one. You don't want the chair to get away from you. And be someplace where you can be relaxed. Okay, so let's start with some movement in our shoulders. Get the blood flowing, get some stretching going. We're gonna do a shoulder squeeze. We're just gonna squeeze our shoulders up to the ear and then relax them. This lets your shoulders kind of get that tension and then release it. We'll do a couple of those. Then we're gonna put our hands on our shoulders and circle the shoulders, kind of thinking about making circles with your elbows, and then we can go the other way. You're in charge of your body. You know what feels good. So if you have one shoulder or the other that doesn't want to move as much, that is fine. You can adjust the motions we make to avoid pain. Next, we're going to circle our arms. So arms out, making circles in front of us or to the sides, and then back. So we can start with small circles and we can do larger circles, kind of moving slowly to see what wants to move, and what, if any creaks or pops happen, that's all right. And we get some stretching that way. Now let's stretch our arms up, 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 and out. Getting some motion. And if any time you want to do a little wiggle, that is okay too. And let's do a stretch across the shoulder, so your arm is coming across your body, and you're gonna hold it in and kind of get some stretch around the shoulder there. And if you wanna pause the video and take a deeper stretch or a longer stretch, that is fine. Feel free to rewatch videos, do which moves make sense for you. If you've had a stiff shoulder day and just wanna do the first part of the video, that's good. So we're gonna stretch our arms up again, and grab one wrist and tilt to the side, getting a nice stretch all up and down the side of our body. And then we'll switch wrists and stretch the other way. Okay. And we can do something similar, gripping our elbows, stretching that direction, making sure we're sitting up fairly tall, the line up and down your body in one long line. You might feel some stretch, in your hip or in your shoulder. And then again, of course, to do the other side. Okay. Another stretch you can do for your shoulders is to have one arm come up and bend at the elbow and the other hand come behind your back. So if you cannot reach your hands together, you can take a dish towel or a small towel and have it hang behind your back and grasp it with both your hands and stretch this way, making sure you're sitting up straight, getting some stretch in the shoulder. And then we can do the other side and have a stretch up and down the arm, kind of this muscle, back of the arm, that way. Okay. Moving on from the shoulder, we're gonna sit up tall again. We can twist to one side. One hand comes to the outer thigh, the other on the back of the chair side, and getting a good twist up and down the spine. Making sure we're breathing deeply and sitting up tall. And we can relax, release the hands, and twist the other side, having one hand be on the back of the chair or the side of the chair, and the other hand on the outer thigh. Feeling a twist up and down the spine. And you can let go of your hands and come back to center. So for our next motion, we're gonna sit at the edge of our chair and have our legs come astride like this. So you're sitting up tall, you're making sure that you're steady in your chair, you're not gonna slip out of it. We're gonna lean to one side with the elbow resting on our thigh, and our arm is gonna come up and over for a side stretch. And we can come back to center, and we can do the same on the other side, leaning over, resting out our elbow on our thigh, going up and over with the other arm, and having a stretch all up and down that side. And that arm comes down here. If you want, you can stretch forward, making sure you're holding yourself steady with your thighs. You're not gonna fall out of the chair, you're not gonna topple over. Okay. So still sitting kind of on the edge of the chair. We can clasp our hands behind yourself if you want to grip your wrist, and then straighten your arms, stretching your shoulders back, having your chest be open. Okay. Now, still sitting on the edge of the chair, we're going to stretch our legs out in front of us and reach down, getting a stretch for the lower back. Okay, so still at the edge of our chair, we're going to hold the bottom of the chair for balance and lean back and have our legs be out. Lifting your feet off the ground, think of your body as one straight line. We're using our core muscles to hold ourselves still in this moment, and you might feel them start to wobble a little bit if it's been a while. So we can, from here, do some bicycle movements, bending one knee and then straightening that leg, and bending the other. Doing a couple of these. Okay. And we can do some butterfly kicks while we're here as well. That's fun. Okay. Back to our tall posture, sitting up high in our chair, imagining a string at the top of our skull lifting us tall, making sure we've got deep breaths go throughout all these exercises. We can go ahead and have one foot off the ground and start to do some circles. Imagining drawing a circle with your big toe, circling your ankles, one direction and then the other. And we'll do the same with the other foot. One direction and the other. One side feels stiffer than the other, that's normal. Different parts of your body will work different ways. If you want to do some other stretches, see if you can do opposite circles. That's good. We're going to finish up today with chair pose. One of my favorite chair yoga positions. Doesn't actually use the chair that much. So we're going to stand up from our chair. You can shake your knees out a little bit. And then we're going to squat as if we're going to sit down, but we don't. And that is the position. Staying in this half squat. After a while, it starts to feel a little harder, and then we're going to have our arms come out. So we're feeling our strength in our thighs here, holding us steady in this kind of half squat chair pose position. And go ahead and stand. We can wiggle out those knees and sit if you like. Thank you for coming today to practice chair yoga with me. I hope you enjoy this video and can get a lot of use out of it. If you're interested in other videos that we're doing here, please follow our YouTube channel for more virtual programming. Thank you.